It was really, it was tough, but from a child's perspective, I believe in my heart that they did not love me. I often ask if I was adopted because, I didn't look like my parents, and my mom had goals, and she reminded me of her goals, and had she not gotten pregnant with me, her dad wouldn't have forced her to marry my dad. But it felt like settling it, and I heard this often: if I hadn't had you, I would be a literature teacher. I wanted to teach English if I hadn't had you, if I hadn't gotten pregnant. So I heard that a lot, and I did not have not a tumultuous relationship, nothing like that. But I was quiet within my own home because I didn't feel the same love as my brother and sister. Who is that? And he was like, Stephanie, you don't know who Snow White is? And I was like, what'd she do? See, I wasn't exposed to those basic things that you think every child has,
yes,
or sees or experiences. And then with my dad, several decisions he made about me, parenting, and whatnot, not supporting certain things, and then just pitching away at the college fund that he bragged about for 20 years. I went, sad to say, but proud to say at the same time, I went probably 6 years of not talking to my mom on a quarterly basis, maybe a couple of times a year, and 23 years, maybe 21 years of not talking to my dad straight. She sent me a letter, a handwritten letter that she wrote on construction paper, with a marker, and it was like 8 pages, and she mailed it to Seattle, and she explained herself, everything that as a child you would not understand, and as a teenager, as a young adult, had she not provided context. This is what I was going through. And she explained, one of the things that really contributed to her not being as motherly to me was that her mother was 55, and her dad was 65, like 10 years older. And my mom was the youngest of 10, so she had older parents, and by that time they just really weren't on that. And so hearing some of the things that she went through, how she went through them, and how she struggled, and then working, and I know my mom worked hard, and my mom and I started to repair that relationship because I was so shocked at what she shared. And I cried and I called her, and she didn't really want to talk because she was emotional. But it started a weekly conversation about real topics, and we are completely fine now.